Happy New Year everyone, this is Alex Ruñez. I'm the founder of AXL Trainings, a multi-awarded training outfit based in Cebu and also the most trusted team building provider in the Visayas and Mindanao. I'm also a new author. I wrote the book Your Grades Don't Define You, a bulakbol's life hack to success, and I'm here to give you 5 tips on how to get a job even with bad grades. Quick overview nga lang pala, I was a bulakbol back in the day. When I was 9 years old, my father passed away. And for some reasons, my school wasn't informed about it. And when I went back to school after he was buried, I was shocked kasi drop na pala ako. Doon na nagsimula yung lahat. I was dropping my subjects in elementary, high school, and college. Hindi na ako graduate ng high school kasi I took the placement test. But to cut the long story short, I was able to land the jobs that I like, started my own business, and wrote my very first book. Now, if I was able to figure things out, then most likely we'll also figure it out. So here are the 5 tips on getting a job even with bad grades. Number 1. Advertise yourself on social media. Nowadays kasi it's easier to background check on people. Unlike before, the employers will only call your school or your former professors and your former office mates. Tsaka yung tinatawagan lang nila yung mga character references that you place on your resume. If I were you, delete or hide posts that will give a negative impression. Make your Twitter private, especially if you're ranting a lot. And also, strategically place photos on public, not just the bikini photos. Mga manyak na boses lang yung a-attract mo ron eh. So kung mahilig ka sa aso, place them on public or lagay mo siya sa featured photos mo kasi it implies that you're a person with malasakit or it indicates that you're a caring person. And if you're also with a group of people, gawin mo rin public yon. It demonstrates that you're sociable and you can be a good team player. So delete mo na yung mga photos mo na nagsuka ka sa gitna ng kalsada kasi naparami ka ng inom ng New Year. Number 2, have a professional email address. As much as possible, sana yung first and last name mo na lang, like alexruñez@gmail.com. By the way, that's not my email address. So discard mo na yung mga lumang email addresses mo like sweetsexything93@gmail.com or mrswabe143@yahoo.com.
prettydarwin_17@yahoo.com. Small but terrible Zulier@yahoo.com.
Also make sure that your full name appears when they receive your email address. Nakakaya naman pag naka-receive sila ng notification that you receive an email from Dr. Love.
You have one notification from Kimberly, the Farm Slayer @yahoo.com.
Yung point ko lang naman is don't give them an impression that you're immature.
3.
Tip number 3 is join a good community. This is only one out of the 6 life hacks that I mentioned in my book, Your Grades Don't Define You, a bulakbol's life hack to success. Na-discuss ko sa book ko na one sign that the community is good if it can create a positive impact on the lives of others. These are the organizations where you can also gain experience and master your craft. Ito yung mga groups or clubs where you can gain leadership skills and people handling skills. Like case in point, when I was in high school and college, I was a member of a religious organization. If my memory serves me right, I was able to handle 6 to 8 members, and then the 8 members turned into a chapter and later naging cluster and eventually became a sector. Yung isang organization ko naman, it's the Facilitator Circle. It introduced me to the world of corporate training. So kahit nung college pa lang kami, we're already facilitating seminars to corporate clients. When we graduated, we have edge over the competition kasi sa resume namin na nakalagay ron, seminars conducted instead of seminars attended.
4.
Tip number 4, research about the company. Ito yung pinaka-common pero hindi masyadong pinapansin ng karamihan. You should know your employer so you can give a genuine answer when they ask you, why should we hire you? You don't need to make up stories. You don't need to lie anymore because you are prepared. It also demonstrates that you're serious with the job and you don't give a vibe that you're willing to take any job because you need it. Case in point, during one of my final interviews, the manager asked me, why should we hire you? Sabi ko sa kanya, aside from the compensation and benefits, I want to be a world-class individual. And you are an international brand. And working for you gives me an opportunity to acquire the necessary skill sets to become a world-class individual.
5.
And the last but not the least is prepare possible answers to questions. Tough questions such as, why shouldn't we hire you? Or what are your weaknesses? There is a communication tool that we use that will allow you to control the interview. Yung tawag doon is PrEP method or PEP method. Letter P stands for point or opening point. This is where you exchange pleasantries or empathy statements like, that's a tough question, or thank you for asking. R is the reason or your answer to the question of the interviewer. E stands for experience / example or explanation. The experience, example, or explanation, you need to give at least 2 of them to support your reason. And the last P stands for point or closing point. It can be a summary or a question that is favorable to you. Share ko lang, during one of my final interviews na naman, one manager asked me, what are your weaknesses? Nabigla ako kasi first time ko natanong ng ganon. So sabi ko sa kanya, opening point ko, can you give me a few seconds so I can arrange my thoughts? Sabi niya naman, sure. After a few seconds, sabi ko sa kanya, that's a very tough question, but I don't see weaknesses as they are. I just only see them as areas for improvement. One area of improvement that I should work on is yung pagiging perfectionist ko. Kasi I tend to be stressed more and I tend to pressure my teammates. But the good thing about that is I deliver results. And I guess you will agree with me, that kind of employee is an asset to your company. Am I right, ma'am? Hey everyone, kakarating lang namin sa bahay. As you can see from the previous clip, umulan kanina sa Mountain View Nature's Park and we had no choice but to go home. Punta na lang kami ng SM City Cebu to eat our snacks and went home right away. Allow me to end this video with a story. There's this one janitor applicant na nakapasa sa interview and examination niya. During the final interview, sabi sa kanya ng manager, can I have your email address so I can send you the requirements that you need to submit? Sabi ni janitor applicant, hala, sorry sir, I don't have an email address. Na-disappoint yung manager. Sabi sa kanya, alam mo, I don't want to work with people who don't have any email address. It seems to me na hindi sila open for changes, they're not innovative, and they're not willing to grow. So sorry, next time na lang cancel yung application mo. So walang nagawa si janitor applicant, umuwi na lang siya sa kanila, frustrated, disappointed with what happened. But habang naglalakad siya pa uwi, nakakita siya ng isang bata nagtitinda ng gulay. Sa bulsa niya, may 100 pesos pa siya natitira. So napaisip siya, bilhin ko kaya lahat ng gulay ng batang to tapos ibenta ko na lang. Nung nabenta niya lahat ng gulay, na-realize niya na, wow, naging 150 pesos yung pera ko. So bukas bibili ulit ako ng gulay. So yun nga yung ginawa niya. After a few weeks, nakabili siya ng kariton. And after a few months, nagkapwesto siya sa palengke. After a few years, nagsusupply na siya sa mga restaurants, hotels, and resorts. Naging sobrang yaman ng janitor applicant. Naging CEO na siya ng sarili niyang kumpanya. And dahil sa sobrang inspirational yung story niya, in-interview siya ng isang newspaper reporter. After the interview, sabi sa kanya, sir, can I have your email address so I can send you the draft para ma-check mo kung may mga inaccuracies dun sa report na ginawa ko? Sabi ni janitor applicant turned CEO, my son, I'm really sorry, wala akong email address eh. So na-surprise yung reporter. Sabi niya, ha? Sir, sa sobrang successful mo, wala kang email address. Ano pa kayang pwede mong marating, sir, kung nagka-email address ka pa? You know what the businessman said? Kung may email address ako, janitor pa rin ako hanggang ngayon. So what's the moral of the story? Keep in mind, hindi lahat ng kumpanya na a-applyan mo matatanggap ka. Remember that failures are not God's rejection, but His redirections. It will only lead you to a better path. Perhaps that company is not the right fit for you, or hindi ka magiging happy ron, or baka meron pang mas magandang opportunity na naghihintay sa'yo. So my question for you today is, nabitin ba kayo sa video? If yes, please keep in mind na tip pa lang siya ng iceberg, kasi I will be discussing more solutions, more life hacks, and realizations on my book, Your Grades Notifying You, a Bulakbol's Life Hack to Success. And kung wala ka pa ring copy hanggang ngayon, please grab a copy of my book. For the meantime, you can order it on my social media accounts. And we're claiming that this 2020, we can already display it on major bookstores nationwide. And kung isa ka sa mga pinaka-naunang nakapanood ng video na to, I guess it's safe to assume that you are new to this channel. So if you're new, please click on the subscribe button and smash that notification bell for updates. Till then, dream big, aim for the stars, and Godspeed on your journey. Thanks for watching.